Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel. The name of the channel is Rich the Return Rider. What you're looking at here is we are in Lake City, Florida. I'm on my 2019 Honda Goldwing, and we have just topped the gas tank off with a little over 4 gallons, averaging about $20 or so. And we are going to be out this morning taking a little tour. Like I said, guys, the name of the channel is Rich the Return Rider. My name is Rich. For all of you guys that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all of you guys that are return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all of you that have left comments in the comment sections below, love interacting back and forth with you. I'm learning so much from the motorcycle community. Nothing but positivity. It has been awesome and inspirational. I am definitely having a blast with this. For all of you that are here for the first time, this channel is based on me getting back into riding motorcycles after being away for 20 plus years. Rode motorcycles in the mid to late 1990s. A buddy of mine that got me into riding motorcycles, we lost him to a motorcycle accident. Rode at the time primarily sports bikes. Sold my motorcycle after his accident and haven't owned a motorcycle for 20 plus years. This is June 12th. It's a Sunday morning, 2022. Been back on the motorcycles now probably about 2.5 years. The choice of motorcycles that I returned to is the 2012 Suzuki Boulevard M109R. And as my wife decided to join me on this journey, we decided to get something that's a little bit more comfortable. So we bought the 2019 Honda Goldwing Through. What I'm doing this morning, she decided not to join me since it's already about 84 degrees at 9:30 in the morning. Expected to get into the 90s today. But man, I decided a couple of days off from work that I wanted to get out and have some throttle therapy. Where I'm going to be taking you guys today, guys, is the second oldest town in Florida, Cedar Keys, Florida. One of what I think is one of this region's best kept secrets. So we're going to be heading over. We're going to be going through a couple of different towns. I'm happy to bring you guys along this journey. I always talk about riding and not dealing with lots of traffic. We're going to be riding the back roads of 47 over to 19, over to 24, all the way over to the Gulf Coast, to the beach. You know what helped inspire this video is I've been watching videos on folks camping and so forth. Wife and I talked about it. We decided we have tried that. We have tried camping. We have tried glamping. And, you know, being in the woods in the isolated area with the bugs and so forth, we decided is not one of the things that we enjoy. But one of the things that we do enjoy is going to the beaches or going to the springs. The great thing about that, guys, is as hot as it gets, you know, one of the things that you can do to cool off is to jump into the springs, jump into the water at the beach, and come back and just enjoy a relaxing day as we get out and we explore a little. And again, what better time to do it, or what better way to do it than on a motorcycle that can give you 40-something miles to the gallon, $20-something to fill up the tank at this time, which seems to be a lot. But when I look at my range on my motorcycle gauge, before my next fill up, I could be riding for 200 and I think the last one I saw was 33 miles. I've seen up to 260 something miles at different times. But man, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you guys along this journey as we explore this little town called Cedar Keys, population less than 1,000. And you know, pass through a couple of different regions as I show you guys some of the beautiful roads that I get to ride here in Florida without encountering traffic, almost minimal amounts of traffic. Again, don't have the twisties and so forth. The plan today was to get up and probably do the Ozella Trail, but because of the rain and so forth, decide I will opt out against that and I will take this ride over to Cedar Keys. So let's go, folks. Why Ozella Trail? Ozella Trail is one of the regions here in Florida that do have twisties and so forth, as we're riding through some really interesting area, good for motorcycle riding. And you know, I feel like it will be practice for me as the wife and I plan to head back over to Tennessee and do the Chehalis Highway and, you know, Foothills Parkway and some of these different rides. They didn't decide on the Dragon yet. But you know, I see it as a practice run and getting used to the motorcycle and the turns and so forth as we start making preparations to head back over to Tennessee. Anyway, guys, come along and I will be giving you brief little thoughts on the different areas that we'll be passing through. Let's go. All right, folks, we are on State Route 47. We are now entering the area of High Springs, Florida. Again, another region here that there's a lot to do. The cross street at the light that we're going to be coming up to is going to be State Route 27. And if we go to the right here in High Springs, we can be heading over to, I think it's called Ichetucknee State Park. What I know it is Ichetucknee Springs. And for you folks, again, that will be looking to cool off on these hot 90+ degree weather days, the springs over there offer stuff like tubing, kayaking. You can swim in the springs. The water is crystal clear in some of the springs over there. And you know, the water remains year round at a temperature of 72 degrees. So again, if you guys want to camp, or you want to hike, or you want to tube, or you want to kayak, once the sun starts beating down, all you have to do is to take a dip in some nice cool water. As we're heading up here on State Route 47, going up a little further over, we're now entering Gilchrist County. And on the left side up here is a place called Jenny Springs, and Jenny Springs is a little bit nicer to me than Ichetucknee Springs, but again allows some RVing, camping. There's volleyball areas, simulations of like little sun areas of a beach, but again, great, beautiful springs. You know, it's just something to do in this whole region up here in Florida. You know, a lot of these places I've already experimented going to. We have tried at different times to camp in those areas, but that area remains kind of fully booked, especially around a certain time of the year. And we took a little ride further up here now, and we just passed the area of Trenton. We are now in Levy County, and up here is now what they call Chiefland. I think Chiefland is a population of under 3,000 people. The left that I just made there was on the famous road here, Highway 19. And this road goes all the way down to the Tampa region. Again, if I was going to Ozella Trail, this is a road that I will be taking for a pretty far area down till I get to the Crystal River area. Another beautiful area with lots of restaurants. Ozella Trail actually runs through that area all the way over to a region called Homosassa. A lot of the places that I'm going to be frequenting this summer, guys, as I get out and I cruise on this Honda Goldwing to experiment, not letting gas price limit where I go and what I do. This is usually a trip that I will be taking in my Toyota Tundra, and with that thing averaging probably 16 or 17 miles to the gallon, man, there's no better time, folks, to get out and ride a motorcycle 40+ miles to the gallon. You know, averaging 230 something, 260 something miles between fill-ups. You don't get no better than that unless you're riding a bicycle. And if you can ride a bicycle to some of your locations, even better. All right, guys, like I said, we're going through the town of Chiefland here on Highway 19. All right, guys, we're now in Levy County. As we ride down Highway 19 here, we're going to be coming up to State Route 24. For the folks that introduced me to Cedar Keys, a lot of my co-workers when I was working at the trauma center and now working at the hospital that I'm working at, this is the route that they will be taking all the way from Gainesville straight shot on 24 as I'm making the right turn here on 24. We'll be passing through places like the infamous Rosewood. And this road takes us to the end of what feels like the end of the world. And it's going over to the Gulf Coast of Cedar Keys, Florida. So folks, sit back a little and we are going to be entering Cedar Keys in no time here. Just enjoy the music. Not much to see here on State Route 24. 2 lanes. One of the things I'm concerned about as I'm riding in this region is not cars, but roadkill, deers, bears, anything that might be running across the road. But it's my biggest fear while I'm out here. And again, safety always being a priority. I've got all the gear on all the time. Helmet, jacket. The only thing that I don't have on right now is my riding jeans. Need some alterations to be done to those jeans. But what you're looking at here now is we are getting on the Cedar Keys Bridge. I'll be showing you shortly a different view from this bridge as we make a left to the number 4 fishing pier. Again, an area that is pretty popular in this area for just doing some fishing without having to go offshore. Cedar Keys Bridge, guys. Absolute awesome ride. Of course, we don't have the elevations and we don't have the the twisties and so forth. I'll be visiting Ozello Trail and probably bring you a video from there as we do that. Entering now on the left hand side here as we're going to make a quick stop at one of the areas where a lot of the folks do fishing and so forth here. You're going to realize a lot of the structures in these regions built like this building on the left on stilts, because I remember my wife and I coming over here after I think it was just a tropical storm, and a lot of this area here was immense amounts of flooding. I know I was told during the hurricanes and stuff like that, this whole town pretty much is underwater. That bridge that we just came across, the water levels are so high that it actually floods that bridge from time to time. And a lot of folks over here have their kayaks and their boats. I think this is one of the first regions that they will want to evacuate during real bad weather. But there are folks that, opt to stay during those times, and I guess their boats is the only way that they can reach civilization if push come to shove. That's the bridge that we just crossed over there. I'm recording this now from my iPhone. Folks out here doing some fishing. I did witness a couple of other guys over there just bringing in some catfish. Seems to be the biggest catch over here. I know they catch drums, redfish, and so forth. But yeah, just a real nice, quaint little town, man. Great getaway, nice little vacation spot. Wife is not a big fan of it. Like I said, the time when she came over here, there was lots of flooding, lots of crabs and so forth. Totally different view than what I got after I came back. And I came back alone. She's never been back in this area after that. But I'm going to invite her back to come over here and spend some time on the beach and just relax. Yeah, guys, what you're looking at there on the left is a place to dock. You can actually put your kayak in the water there. You can dock your boat. One of the things that one of my coworkers, Marty, said he does over here is he go out to these different islands. There's plenty of little islands and so forth out there. He have a kayak that he actually paddles, and he do quite a bit of fishing from that kayak. And what he does is he go out on these little islands and actually spend the day out there camping and so forth as he's fishing. He also always joke about building a house, Offshore House, and how it was going to be self-contained. My nickname for him was Gilligan, because he was really serious about it. He actually had plans and everything drawn up on how he was going to live out on one of these islands, and his home and everything be self-sustained. It's an interesting concept. Very intelligent guy too. I have no doubt that he can do it and make it work. But yeah, showing you some overhead footage here with the different little sand dunes and the little different islands and so forth. And this is from the number 4 pier over in Cedar Key, guys. A little overhead here. Now, the interesting thing about that little boat ramp there is I think this one is free when you're in town. The boat ramps that they use in town, I think you have to pay to launch your boat from those docks. So I guess a lot of folks prefer to come out here and launch their boats there for free, for right there off of that pier. All right, guys, we're back on Ruby here right now. We're going to go out. We're going to jump back on State Route 24. We're going to make a left, and we're going to head into the town, second oldest town in Florida, Cedar Key, Florida. All right, guys, on the right-hand side here coming up is your little RV park. Don't know if I mentioned to you guys, but there's not a lot of franchise businesses in this area. It's mostly mom and pop businesses. On the right side coming up here is the infamous Tiki Bar. Apparently lots of folks come to this Tiki Bar on evenings to catch some of the sunsets and so forth while they're having drinks. And one of the things that I noticed coming in is there is a gas station on the right. There's the Dollar General, and I think there's one other gas station in town, but everything else is mom and pop businesses. Like I said, no fast food establishments here that are franchises. And I just thought that was interesting again. There's our little gas station to the right. As we get up here, we're going to be making a left on what is considered to be one of their main streets here. I think it's called 2nd Street. And again, that's you're going to see the structures here are these old historical buildings. Off of 2nd Street, I think, is a museum. And one of the places when we're looking here for, guys, is the main downtown area with the restaurants and eateries and so forth, called Dock Street. One of the things, once I got into this area and I was using my cell phone service for navigation, I started losing reception. So again, you're probably better off for directions in this area using your GPS systems. Satellite seems to be working better than your cell phone data. I remember coming over here to study for school and actually lost reception as I was trying to pick up some internet service or some data service. But guys, there's no way to get lost in this area. This is the main street here. During the week, this is a Sunday, like I said, during the week, I usually see a lot more motorcycles in this area. I assume if I came on a Saturday, this region would be a little bit more busier than it is now. I was surprised not to see a lot more traffic in the town area here. When I came out during the week, there seemed to be a lot more boats and so forth in the region, boats docking. As you can see, it's a bunch of golf carts there. Let's let this golf cart by. This is now Dock Street. And this is where the restaurants, there's another up ahead as I turn here. And I think they're straight ahead on the right. There's another fishing pier up here. And this one seemed to be a little bit more popular for folks that want to be closer into the city limits here. But apparently the restaurants in this area is supposed to be pretty good. I've heard my coworkers talk about it. I'm not a big seafood guy. Some salmon from time to time. I'm allergic to or intolerant to shellfish, so clams and so forth is not something. Shrimp, crabs, lobster, but I did hear that at Steamers, one of the famous restaurants that's here on the right hand side there, that even the buffalo wings and so forth is pretty good. The ice cream shop you're looking at on the right side is Homemade Ice Cream. I need to check that place out and see what that's like. I've only had homemade ice cream on one occasion. It was absolutely awesome. Yeah, folks, it's usually pretty touristy in this area here. Don't see a whole lot of traffic. And one of the reasons I love coming here during the weekdays that I'm off is there's almost no traffic. But I do find that there's a lot more boaters. Trailers with boats and, folks docking. And, I've taken so many pictures with folks loading and unloading their boats. I'm just absolutely fascinated with that stuff. Always dreamt of having a pontoon boat with the wife and the kids and the dogs and a grill and just going out in this region. This water over here is always so nice and calm, unless there's a storm or something coming through, from what I was told. Also met the guy, I think Dave or Keith or whatever his name is, that do the kayak rental. On the right side over there that you're looking at is the little state park there with the beach. Is a nice picnic area. You can come there. I have bought my bike over here, the boulevard, laid on the beach and laid even by the tables in the picnic area and actually fell asleep. It is so relaxing. 80-something degree day actually feels like it's in the low 70s. The breeze over here was so nice and relaxing. Just an awesome little area to come and totally chill. There's so many places I want to check out this summer. I want to check out a place called Indian Rock Beach, Cedar Keys. I want to go down to Sarasota. Getting out in the Honda Goldwing, guys, and packing this bike up and taking some of those trips, especially on days that Lorna could come along, is what we got planned for the summer. And we hope to take you guys along on some of these trips, man, to let you see certain parts of Florida that's like this. How awesome is this? There's a little picnic thing right under there. There are really nice and clean bathrooms over there. Something that I really felt great about. You can change your clothes. You can jump into your swim gear. Right here is the beach. There's a kid playground right here. The water is on this side of the coast. It's really nice and warm. Just awesome, man. Just an awesome environment. If you look at the palm tree there, you can see the breeze going through the palm trees. I just think this place is awesome. On the left-hand side there is a hotel. There's condominiums over the other side. There's a bunch of different little, I don't know if they are, but I know on the side here you have some hotels and so forth. That's pretty cool. Cedar Cove is right there. Absolutely beautiful, man. Here I'm walking along the docks. I'm taking There's a little tour section over there. I think it's like $30 for, I think they say 2 hours. They give you a tour and a history of this region. I was told that this guy, the captain, takes you out sometimes where you can see the dolphins swimming. This is a really cool spot, guys. So if you're ever in Florida, man, and you're interested in checking out a place like you would check out St. Augustine, obviously there's more history in St. Augustine than over here in Cedar Key. But man, I think this is this region's best kept secret. For anyone that don't know about this area, trust me, guys, check it out. Boat rentals, island out here now that's the beach, the park that we just came from as we walked down the boardwalk right there. Those are the restaurants right off of Dock Street. Those are some of the islands out there where you can kayak out to. There's kayak rentals. I think it's like $30 for maybe 3 hours or so. I spoke to the guy that run that business there. He's not even from this area. Interested in motorcycle riding. I did give him a link to the YouTube channel to check it out. And you know, look at this here, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Anyway, folks, this is my tour of Cedar Key, Florida. We are back on the Goldwing here. We are all loaded up and we are ready to head back out of here. I'm gonna just follow this road and I'm sure I'm gonna run back into 2nd Street or whatever it is, and you know, no worries. Head back on 24, and this time we're gonna take 24 all the way back to Gainesville. I think you've seen enough. Will not be boring you with any of this stuff here back out of town, but I know, again, on 2nd Street, was told there's a museum. I was looking to see where the post office was. I didn't quite identify that, but that's all good. I'll be back on another day. Anyway, guys, you know, thanks for coming along. Like I always say in my videos, man, I don't care what you ride. I am encouraging folks to get out and ride. You know, but anyway, safety always being a priority in this channel, always encouraging folks to get out and practice. Stay safe on these motorcycles. Add some protection to your motorcycle. Do these parking lot drills. Do the slow advanced safety classes. You know, and again, man, don't care what you ride. Get out. Add some protection to the motorcycle. It's better you drop your motorcycle on the concourse than to crash them out there on the streets. Please like, subscribe. Rich the Return Rider. Thanks for coming along. Out.